Welcome everybody to our first ever episode of Spill Your Beans. Meet your host.
I'm Tanvi.
I'm Jazz, and
Are you
ready?
excited?
I'm honestly a little bit nervous.
Are you?
But as ready as I will be, I
I'm
guess.
pretty ready.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what do we want to do for our first episode?
Well, what are we all about?
Well, I think we're all about multiculturalism, diversity. It's where we
Definitely.
live. It's the country we're all about. So how should we start it?
Well, our team is really diverse. I think we should get to know our team and ask them some questions.
All right,
Yeah.
agreed. Let's intro the team.
Let's start.
First question I'm going to say is right to the point, you guys. I know we won't open you up, but spirituality and God. How does that play a role in your lives?
Who'd like to start?
Okay, well, I guess I'll go first. I was born and raised Christian, so at about high school, I actually switched and I went polar opposite and I became a hardcore atheist for maybe about 2-3 weeks. But then, I don't know, a long time, right? But, you know, I started thinking, who am I to say that there's no God? Like, how can I say for sure that I'm 100% there's no God? And so I went from that to being agnostic and thinking that, you know what, may not believe in one God, but I believe there's a higher entity that may or may not govern us, and it's just there guiding us.
What is agnostic?
Yeah.
You know?
No, what is
Okay,
it?
what is
It's just a belief system where you believe in a higher being.
Okay.
Could be a god. You can label it anything you want.
Okay.
Anybody else on the panel share those thoughts?
Well, yeah, I'm agnostic too. I was raised in a Christian family. I went to Christian school, and I was taught about Christianity, and I was really questioning what I was learning. And so I decided to become agnostic.
How did you get to the choice?
Well, like I said, I was just questioning what I was learning, and I felt like, who's to say? There's a lot of religions, right? So who's to say what religion is wrong, which one's right? So
I agree.
Yeah, I'd have to say, how do you pick which is right or wrong, you know? So faith is what we have, and that's what we live by, our own faith, right? So, anybody else kind of
Yeah.
along the...
So, I actually have like the exact opposite story as them. My family started off kind of agnostic, basically just making it up as they went. And then when I was in high school, everyone's in high school when they do this, I looked through a book and started looking up all the religions. And then when I came across Buddhism, everything just kind of made sense to me. Like it was almost saying my own words back at me.
You can relate to it.
Yeah. So then I decided, I took more years thinking it over, even thought about being a Christian for a while. But eventually I became a Buddhist.
Nice.
So, Buddhism does it believe in a God?
Well, I think there's gods in it, depending on which sect you're in. But generally, no. I don't.
Okay. Any other Buddhists on the panel here? Kind of similar?
I'm just more spiritual. Spiritual, that's
Okay.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
So, and I come from a Sikh background,
Okay.
right, but I'm not a practicing Sikh, but I believe in the core values of being respectful and being honest. But spirituality to me is being connected with oneself
Oh,
and being in the present.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Sikhism.
Anyone else?
Yeah, well, I was born into a Sikh family, and I always believed in as much as I could growing up. I really didn't know much about it until after high school when I started researching it myself. And I found that Sikhism is actually quite beautiful, and it is more about spirituality. And it, like Taylor was saying, who has the right to say what religion is right or wrong? In Sikhism, we believe that no religion is wrong, that everyone has a path to God.
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm constantly learning more about it every day.
Well, actually, the word itself, Sikh, means to learn. Like when we get home from school as a child, my parents would always ask me, "Ajiki Sikhya." Sikhya means, what did you learn today?
Yeah.
So it's written in the word itself, actually.
We are
So,
students.
students of life. Yeah, always learning. Yeah, everybody is. So
Yeah.
you're all kind of Sikh, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
How about you, Rabir?
Yeah, I definitely come back from my background is Sikh,
Okay.
and I do need to learn more about it. I'm not quite as advanced as Charlie here.
Same with me. Yeah.
But definitely Sikhism is my background, but I also do believe the spirituality part of it as well, connecting with others. And I feel like people, to them spirituality can be through anything really. Some people find it through music, through dancing,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So if that's what spirituality is to you, then so be it.
Everyone has their own meaning, their
Yeah.
own beliefs.
Ourselves, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm Sikh myself, but I feel that there's so much to learn. And just listening to all of you, I'm actually very interested in learning about, whether it be Buddhism or just anything else. So, I definitely have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad very into Sikhism.
Yeah.
I grew up Sikh. And then the definition of Sikhism started to come out. Like you might notice that a temple is 4 square walls. It means north, east, west, south. Everybody's welcome. I realize it's a philosophy of life. So it says God is one on every single temple. So it doesn't say or claim who God is. It just basically says whatever faith you have, be true to your faith and don't put anybody else's down. And I think that's what we're here to do, actually.
Exactly.
Is to share in everybody's faiths and bring people together. And
Definitely.
on that note, you know what?
And we're here to spill your beans. So we'll be back after a short break, and stay tuned because we're going to get our team to spill their beans.